What's up everyone, welcome to the Momentum Trading Lab, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down and simplifying the ICT one trading setup for life. The key concept we'll be delving into is understanding how to identify session-based liquidity pools and how to generate trading ideas from these levels. I've also covered the opening range gap in a different video. I'll put it in the description of this video. And with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, let's start breaking down this trading strategy. So first of all, we need to look at the different trading sessions to identify the highest high or the lowest low in each of those sessions. And the first session that we look at is the Asian session. That is from 8 o'clock until midnight. And all of the times referenced in this video will be in New York time or Eastern Standard Time. The next trading session that we look at is the London session. And that is from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. New York time. The next one is the New York AM session from 9:30 until 12 a.m. Then we also look at the New York lunchtime session, which is from 12 until 1:30. And then lastly, we have the New York afternoon session from 1:30 until 4 p.m. So what do we actually need to do with this information? So we'll mark off the highest high and the lowest low that was formed in each of these sessions. And if a level has already been violated, then we disregard that and only focus on the untouched levels. So why do we do that? So if a level has already been violated, that means that the liquidity above or below that level has already been raided. So we can't use that in our trading model. So we only focus on the untouched levels or the untouched liquidity pools. We can use the regular trading hours function in TradingView. I'll show you later on in the examples how we can use this. But we can use the regular trading hours function in TradingView to easily identify the New York AM and PM session highs and lows. But we'll get to that later on in this video. So why do I focus on these levels? So below session lows will be sell side liquidity and above session highs will be buy side liquidity. And the liquidity engineered in the trading sessions will be more significant than any liquidity engineered outside of these trading sessions. So that is why we focus on these levels. There will be more liquidity above those session highs and session lows. So when the bias is bullish, we can expect price to ride the liquidity below one of the untouched session lows before running higher. And when the bias is bearish, we can expect price to ride the liquidity above one of the untouched session highs before running lower. So how do I use this in my trading? So once price runs into one of these levels, I look for the following entry models to print. Okay, so one of the models that I look at is the breaker block model or the ICT 2022 model, the unicorn model, which is when you have a breaker block and a fair value gap overlapping, optimal trade entry, turtle soup. There's a number of different models that you can look at. These are some of the models that I personally use. Okay, before we get into the examples, I just want to take this time to tell you guys about the Momentum Trading Lab free Discord server. So if you want to stay up to date with my trading setups during the week, you can find it right here in the Momentum Trading Lab Discord server. We also have Illuminated Nothing, and we have the general chat where you can trade with other traders, and then you can also find the other educational content. So check it out. The link is in the description. Okay, in this example, I'm going to show you how to use this to trade the New York AM session. So let's start off on the 15-minute time frame just to identify the different liquidity pools. This is just before New York opens at 9:30. So let's put a line there. Okay, so we have a vertical line indicating the New York open. So now let's look to the left to see where the untouched liquidity pools are. So if we go to the left, the first one, let's mark off the London trading session. That is from 5 until 2. Okay, so let's have a closer look. So as you can see, there's not any untouched highs or lows. So we are just going to disregard these levels and go to the left more. So the next one we can look at is the Asian session, which is from 8 o'clock until midnight. Let's remove the London session lines. All right, so right there we have a high. It's already been traded through, so we disregard that level. But right here we have a low for the sell side liquidity, so we can focus on this low. Okay, so right here we have the Asian low marked off. So now if we see the New York morning session trade into this level and then displace away from it, that tells us that smart money bought up these sell stops and they would like to see higher prices. So if we look to the left, this high was not formed in the New York afternoon session time period, which is from 1:30 till 4. But this was the previous day high, so it's still going to be a significant pool for us to look at. So ideally, we want to mark that off as well. So that's the previous day high. Okay, so let's see what happens when the market opens. So for that, I'm going to go to the 5-minute time frame. So I use the 15-minute to mark off the levels. And then I like to go to the 5-minute. And then I go between the 5-minute and the 2-minute time frame to look for the entry model to print. Okay, so at the open, we traded into the sell side liquidity. And as you can see, we are starting to aggressively move away. So that tells us that smart money potentially bought up these sell stops and they would likely want to see higher prices. So what I like right here is we have an inversion fair value gap. And as you can see, we already traded above it. So what you can do is if price action comes back into this level, you can go long with your stop loss at the previous low, which will be that low right there. And then you can go for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. What you can do is you can match your take profit with the buy stops above this level, which we identified as the previous day high. So let's see how this plays out. Boom. So right there, it tripped you into the trade. You are long. Boom, right there, it trades right through that previous day high. This one obviously went a lot higher, but that was 104 points on the Nasdaq, which is pretty great. So all right, so that was the New York morning session. So for the London session, it normally likes to take out either the Asian session high or low and then reverse in the opposite direction. So the London kill zone starts at 2 a.m. New York Standard Time, so we can mark that off with a vertical line. All right, so that just shows us the start of the London kill zone. So now we need to mark off the Asian high and low to identify the buy side and sell side liquidity pools. So like we said in the beginning of the video, the Asian session starts at 8 p.m. and that is up until midnight. All right, so now we can see the trading session window. So next up, we need to mark off the highest high and the lowest low. So right here, we have the highest high formed in the Asian trading session and the lowest low was right there. Okay, now we have the highest high and the lowest low marked off for the Asian session. So as you can see, we already took out the sell side or the Asian low. So now we can kind of expect price to reverse in the opposite direction and we can look for a reversal pattern to form. Something like the ICT 2022 model would be ideal. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. We know that price action already took out the sell side liquidity and thus the Asian low. So we are looking for a reversal pattern to print for us to potentially go long. All right, so right there from the sell side liquidity, we displaced to the upside. We took out the previous high, so that is a bullish market structure shift. And we have the fair value gap right here on the 5-minute time frame. So you can go long right there. You'll stop at the previous low. And now you can look for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And also what you want to do is you want to see if there is other untouched session liquidity that you can use for your take profit. So let's go back a little bit. All right, so this high right there was formed between 1:30 and 4 p.m. So this was the New York afternoon session, high and low. And as you can see, we already took out the low, so we don't focus on that anymore, but we can focus on this high. All right, so we are focusing on this high that was formed between 1:30 and 4 p.m. New York time. So let's see if we can get price action to go and take our TP at the liquidity right there. Boom, eventually gets it, pumps nicely through it. Okay, in this example, I'm going to show you how you can use the regular trading hours to easily identify the New York morning and afternoon highs and lows. I think my face might be in the way, so I'm just going to quickly make this smaller. All right, so right here in the corner, there's a symbol ETH. It stands for electronic trading hours. So if you click on that, it will bring up a pop-up with two options, electronic trading hours and regular trading hours. So once you select regular trading hours, that will filter out all the overnight trading and all you will see is basically the New York morning session, afternoon session with the New York lunch session in between. So let's quickly do that. So I'm going to switch this to regular trading hours right now. All right, so now we are in a regular trading hours. And as you can see, if we go through the timeline, right here it stops at 10 minutes past 4. So basically that candle ended quarter past 4 New York time. And if we go through this, you'll see it starts at 9:30, and then right before that it's at 10 minutes past 4 again. So what this does, it filters out the Asian session, the London session, and all the other overnight trading, and then you can just focus on the regular trading hours, highs and lows. Okay, that has been my simplification of the ICT one trading setup for life. If this video provided you with any value, please consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.